Hi, and welcome to another Airsoft review with Alabama Force Recon. Today we're going to be doing a review of the JG AUG, and first we're going to go over the specs of the gun. It comes stock around 330 to 350, whatever the Chinese think that it shoots. It kind of seems like they just throw a number on it. The stock rate of fire is about 16 rounds a second. With a 9.6 battery. I don't know with an 8.4 because I use 8.4s, and the stock range is about 150 feet, 120, 150 feet, somewhere in there. I shot maybe 100 rounds out of it stock. The pros, it's a good solid gun. The gearbox is good. The scope is decent. The weight is good. It's not too heavy, not too light. Doesn't feel finicky. It's got a good feel to it. It's comfortable to hold. It's a bullpup, so it's really comfortable. There's not a lot of weight on your arms. You don't get tired after carrying it all day. It's got a QD barrel. Maintenance is extremely easy with the QD barrel. I'm going to do another video where I go over the features of that. And it's ambidextrous, and that's always a good feature. So you never know when you come up to a corner where you need to switch hands or something like that. The cons: the motor connections are soldered, which is always a pain, but when you want to switch motors. And it was really hard to unsolder. I actually ended up just clipping the wires and putting new clips on them for the motor. The magazine's cheap and crappy. Does not feed the best. It'll get you by until you can afford, another box of mid caps, the high cap. No serious player uses high caps. They rattle too much. They don't feed right in the high rate of fire. The hop up is crappy, sloppy. I would get rid of the entire hop up unit. And another con is the battery space. My review of the gun overall is that it's a really good gun for the price of $179. I would recommend getting it for any experienced or non-experienced player, a new player. It comes with everything you need to get started. Except for a smart charger. You need to buy a smart charger. They will save your battery in the long run. My upgrades so far are the GMP M120 motor and the H-nub with a G&G green bucking, and doing pretty good making it with the upgrade. It's shooting about 170 feet at about 18 rounds a second with a 9.6. The scope, a lot of people complain about the scope's adjustments not being correct. I believe they are backwards, but I figured it out. I can't remember. I sighted in a long time ago. But you can sight them in if you're careful. You have to use an extremely small Allen key, but you can sight them in, and once it dials in, it does hold a 0. An upgrade that will not work in it that I know of is a KWA-2GX bucking. Don't get it. It just doesn't work right. Even after breaking it in, it still didn't work out. It lowers the rate of fire. And it's a very well-made gun. I mean, it's got a good, comfortable feel to it. As you can see, this is my custom paint job that I've done on it. I just took some Krylon camouflage paint, best paint for spray painting anything airsoft related or anything camouflage related really that you want. I mean, it's got a good solid feel to it. The charging candle does work and reveals the hop up. It's got a good sound. You take this off to put the battery in. That's your limited battery space. It comes with a crappy small 1100 milliamp 8.4 that I do not recommend using. Doesn't work that good, doesn't hold a good charge. It's a crappy Chinese battery. Other than that, everything on this gun is good. Stock, not the best gun, but for what you pay for, you get a decent gun, and that's really hard to put in. I don't feel like doing it right now. And that's your fire selector. It's got 2-stage triggers, so you pull the trigger down once for semi and once for full. And that's about it. The battery I recommend using is a 9.6. It's by Tenergy. It's a 1600 milliamp or a 1400 milliamp. I cannot remember, but it's a really good battery. It's giving the gun, out of all the batteries that I own, it's giving it the best rate of fire. And that's about all for this review. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Comments, questions. If you're commenting with a question, please do not comment. Please just inbox me. It works out a lot better. I can answer quicker. That's the way that goes. And please keep on the lookout for a shooting review and a more in-depth review on the internals of the gun and a few of the key features that you're going to need to know for it. And thank you and have a nice day. And this is Cole from Alabama Force Recon.